Well, happy Friday, Liverpool and Fairfield. I hope you've got a great weekend planned. Just remember, we've got a little bit of rain, I think, on Sunday, I hear, but they'll probably have that wrong. Look, a couple of weeks ago, I was contacted by a resident on Whitford Road in Hinchinbrook, and basically, she'd had some new neighbours move in, and they had a dog that was just constantly barking all day and all night. And when she contacted me, I could really hear the desperation in her voice. She'd already contacted Liverpool City Council, who effectively just instructed her to keep a diary over a number of days and weeks about how long the dog was barking for, or what times, and so that would be evidence for the ranger to go out. Now, look, a lot of these conversations, people feel a little bit reluctant to go and talk to their neighbours about these things, and some of the conversations can be a little bit difficult. So, what we did is we've launched a program on Monday called the Good Neighbour Project, and basically what it is a series of letter templates that you can send out to neighbours anonymously. You can just post them, put a stamp on it and post it. And it is designed to effectively, in a positive and engaging way, advise your neighbour of the problem. Now, sometimes people are just, their lives are busy. They don't actually know that it's happening, or it's just it's overlooked. So, basically, these common things like rubbish dumping, barking dogs, illegal parking, noise complaints, truck parking, which is a big one across our LGA, and also dog fouling. Funny enough, I actually saw in a Facebook group, in a community Facebook group last week, one resident had actually taken a picture of the dog stuff and posted and said, "Is this, this your dog?" Obviously, it's frustrating, but none of us really need to see that. Look, basically, what you would do in this case, if you knew where the dog was or where this person lived, you could download the template that is, I guess, relative to the problem. And basically, the way these letters are designed is they're about positive reinforcement rather than sort of saying, stop your dog shitting on my lawn type of thing. They're really about, well, look, these things make a big difference to our local community, and presentation and pride really matters. And I can certainly tell you from a real estate agent's perspective that when it comes time to sell, the streets that are really well presented, that you can see every neighbour takes care, they just become so much more marketable to buyers, because it's like, well, yeah, I could really live here. They're not seeing that massive truck parked on the side of the road, or they're not seeing rubbish spread out everywhere. And these things do make a difference, and we all have to work together on that. We can't just always blame the councils for rubbish dumping and some of these other things. So it's about working proactively together. So look, you've got a letter here that you can just download, put a stamp on it, and send it. And there's also a 14-day follow-up letter as well. Now, look, you might choose not to use these templates. You might choose to use something else to advise your neighbour. But these are just a way that you could use it in a positive framework rather than just going, out there holus bolus. So look, I hope you enjoy them and you use them. I mean, they have been well used since we launched the program on Monday. We've had over 45 downloads already for these complaints, and that's great. I don't know which letters they are yet, but I'll do some work on that this week. But look, no matter what you're doing out there across Liverpool and Fairfield, just remember, it's great. I mean, there's been so much stuff coming out from Liverpool Council over the last week. Poor Ned, he's been working overtime, the poor fella. But have a great weekend, Liverpool, and I'll see you next week. Take care.